Hello and welcome to this video for how to complete open enrollment. And in this video we're going to go over some basic instructions on how to do that. First, let's get to the Open Enrollment Module. So you want to log into UltiPro, and then you're going to click up here in the top left corner the menu button, and then you're going to move your mouse to Myself and select Open Enrollment. Now once you do this, you're going to come to this screen and you'll see here open enrollment and then the year listed for the plan. So in this case 2020, and you're going to click on that. Now once you've done it, it'll either bring it up in a new window or a new tab, and you can see here we've opened up the Open Enrollment Module. It'll list how many days you have left to sign up, and then of course it's got some instructions. Now you're going to want to read through these instructions. For the sake of the video, I'm going to be moving past them to just key things that I want to highlight. Now the way you navigate between these different pages are the back button and the next button, and then at the end you're going to click submit. Now if you get to a page where it's not letting you move back and forth, you just click the reset button. It'll clear the errors out, and then you'll be able to move on to the next page or go back. Over here you can see the different pages as well that you can click on, but typically it's best to use the next button. Now something you're going to want to do, preferably before going into the Open Enrollment Module, but if you didn't do it you can still fix it here, is make sure that you have all the contacts that you're going to have covered by insurance in your UltiPro profile. So you can see here I have one listed, my spouse, and they have all three boxes checked. Now when you add them in here, you're going to need to make sure you have at least their full name, and so I just clicked add and brought this up, their social security number, and then also their date of birth. You can list in the other things, but you need those three things for sure. Then you're going to choose the relationship that you have with them, and then of course you need to have dependent checked. If you don't have dependent checked, it's not going to allow them to be added on for your insurance. Once you've done that, you've added in all the people that you need, you're going to click on next button. And now I'm going to give you just a brief overview for each plan of what you need to do. So hopefully by the time you've gotten on here, you kind of have an idea of what plans you're going to select. And you can see if you haven't really thought through it as much, or maybe you're kind of thinking through it, there's different notes over here with the different plans. Now you can see there's three plans that we have for medical. There's EPO, which is in-network doctors, PPO, which includes in-network and out-of-network, and then of course HSA, the health savings account. Now that one of course is you can put pre-tax dollars to it that goes into a savings account that you can use for your different medical needs throughout the year. And then of course PPO is you can visit doctors who are out of your network and still get insurance coverage. You're going to want to select which plan you're wanting to have, or you choose decline depending on each one. I'm going to choose EPO, and then also I'm going to scroll down here and choose which option. Now you can have different options selected for different plans. Some of them have to be the same, but if I want, say, medical, I want to have employee and spouse, I can select that, and you can see the dependents I had listed are going to appear here. And so I'll select my dependent, and then it'll show the different information you had listed that was required, and then you can select the next button to go on to the next page. So it's pretty easy to navigate. When it comes to the HSA, if you go and decide HSA, this is where you would select if it's individual or family, and then also select the contribution amount that you want. Now if you're 55 or older, you're going to use the catch-up plans, which are down at the bottom. If you're 54 or younger, you're going to use these two top plans right here. I'm going to choose decline at this point and move on. And I'll click next. If it lets you move forward, you don't have errors, which is good. And then of course each plan you can choose to decline it. For this one I'm going to choose dental low, and then of course choose my option employee and spouse, and then choose my dependent. So as you can see, it's very easy to do. And I'm just going to kind of breeze through here to the different other options just so you can see. Specifically, I do want to highlight the FSA account. If you do choose it, the health savings account, your money is going to roll over for each year, so you don't have to worry about losing the money. But when it comes to the FSA, any money you put in after you get done with the plan year, only $500 worth rolls over, no more than that. So you want to make sure that you are using enough of the money that it's $500 or less by the end of the plan year. If I choose FSA, you can see here I can click either contribution per paycheck, and then or this one, annual contribution. I'm just going to put in 25 for the sake of that there, and you can see it'll auto populate this down here for 600. So I'll click next. Now you'll notice that was the medical one. This is the dependent care one. You want to make sure if you're choosing FSA that you are choosing the one that fits for your needs. So if you're thinking medical, that's for doctor's visits, chiropractor visits, those kinds of things. For dependent care, that's more of child care. So I'm going to choose to decline the dependent care one. And then you can see here I have decline. I can choose voluntary life, and you can choose the amount here. But again, you're just going to go through and do that. I'm going to breeze through here to the end because I just want you to see this last page. Now the nice thing is at the end you can double check and make sure, okay, all the things you have that you wanted to sign up for are good to go. So you can see here I have the plans I was enrolled in last year, and then these are the new plans I'm going to have. So you can double check, make sure you have the right people listed, all of those good things there at the end. So I would double check that. This is going to be the total for each pay period that you have. And then of course here's the plans that you chose to decline. And of course once you're done, make sure you click the submit button in order to submit your changes. And it'll say you're about to finish and submit your elections, continue. You'll click OK, and then it's going to process here a little bit, and there you go. That's all you need to do. Now if you went and you weren't sure about it, you can click modify elections and do that. But otherwise, that's how you complete open enrollment.